Yo, what's up, guys? Everyone, today I'll be talking about Devin Williams and how the Yankees have a Devin Williams problem. Obviously, Devin Williams was renowned as one of the best closers in Major League Baseball over the last 2 seasons. Previous to that, he was setting up one of the best closers in baseball until he got too expensive for the Brewers, who ended up doing the same thing that they did with Hader to him. So he was a great setup man for Josh Hader, and then he became a really good closer. But was it really fool's gold? Because if you look at certain things, he was a closer for really one elite year and like 20 innings last year and imploded in the playoffs. Now, the Yankees acquired Devin Williams on December 13th, 2024. As a Yankees fan, I was excited. I was like, we got a dog. Not that we really needed a closer upgrade because we had Luke Weaver and he was dominant. Outside of really that John Kenzie Noel, Homer, Game 3 ALCS. But really in the playoffs, he gave up like sack flies and things like that. Didn't really get hit hard. I mean, he gave up a homer, I think, to the Royals, but that was it. I said, whoa! Devin Williams is my new closer. I made a whole highlight mix of him, getting out the big three, the MV3 for the Dodgers, Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman. And then so far in 10 games for the Yankees, Devin Williams now has an ERA of 11.25 in 10 games. And if you look at his underlying metrics and his expected stats, it's bad. It's not this bad as he's playing currently, but it's bad. Devin Williams has played 10 games for the Yankees. He's played basically like 80-something% of those games have been save situations. He got lucky one of the games against the Tigers where he would have blown the save, but Boone yanked him after he had again like a 4-run lead, and then he ended up getting unlucky. Mark Leonard Jr. comes in like one pitch, one out, gets the Tigers out, and then he had the game against his own team, the Brewers, on opening day, and I was like, oh, maybe it's just the Brewers just know him a lot, whatever, water under the bridge, whatever. Fresh out Yelich, I'm like, cool. Brewers said that he had a big walk problem. Obviously, we look at his stats in Baseball Savant. He has a walk problem last year, and he still has a walk problem this year. The thing is, he's given up like dinks and dunks. He's not giving up like hard hit pitches, which I guess, but still, that was like Clay Holmes. He wasn't really giving up hard hits. I mean, he was giving up more hard hits than Devin Williams, but like 11.25 ERA, 4 saves in 10 games, a whip of 2.3 APU. What is that smell? What is that stench? Obviously, opening day, 1 inning, 2 hits, 1 run. Strikes out Yelich win the game. Then he gets walked out by Tommy Pham. And then luckily, 2/3 of an inning he pitched, 2 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Giants game, 1-2-3 inning, basically. Not really 1-2-3 inning. The Giants game, he gets through it, whatever, cool. Gives up a walk, 2 strikeouts, cool. And then we get into the Rays' first game where Devin Williams, like, back-to-back 1-2-3 innings, He gets the Royals game, and then he gets the Rays game back-to-back. I'm like, okay, Devin Williams might be back. He's not back at all whatsoever. Because the next game, Chandler Simpson, Yandy Diaz, Brandon Lau, they just detonate on him. Comes in with a 4-run lead. Yankees end up losing the game by 2 runs with a Jonathan Arana 2-run homer off the newly DFA'd Yoenis Gomez, aka Yogo. 1 inning pitch for Devin Williams. 3 hits, 4 runs, all earned, a walk. And the last game, unfortunately, I missed because I was watching the NBA playoffs and also the NFL draft. The rare first game that I missed all season, 2/3. He doesn't even get 2/3. He pitches 0 innings, 2 hits, 3 runs, gives up a walk-off homer, not a walk-off homer, he gives up a game-losing double to, Alejandro Kirk, and the game is over. Like, unfortunately, again, I wasn't watching this, but first and second, no out, and he just grooves a changeup, like, right in the sweet spot. And obviously, Alejandro Kirk just uncorks on his pitch. Come on now. Like, what did you expect to happen? He just goes over Trent Grisham's head. Like, the changeup isn't changeuping. The airbender isn't airbendering the fastball. And maybe you want to get, like, a third pitch going. And apparently, he has a cutter, but he doesn't really throw it that much. Like, again, this is a guy that only pitched, like, 20 innings last year. Now, look at his Baseball Savant and really just compare all of that. But I woke up today that Jack Curry tweeted out that, Devin Williams has been removed as closer right now of the New York Yankees. And you compare him to Luke Weaver. Luke Weaver, man, he's been amazing in the 0 ERA. Now, his fastball velocity isn't what it was last season. But is he still getting outs? Absolutely. Now, his last game against the Cleveland Guardians, I mean, that was extremely unlucky. Like four hard hit baseballs, all really out except for like a single or maybe. So I don't know what happened with that. Looking at Luke Weaver, I mean, his fastball velocity is currently down. I mean, his average fastball velo right now is 93.6 compared to last season where it was at 95.7. But pitchers usually take a good amount. They can just, build up as the season goes along. You look at Devin Williams last season, he had a fastball velocity of 94.7. And this season, he's sitting at 93.7. So not ideal at all. And this is also, shout out to Louis Analysis, this is not the year of the closer because look at some of these elite closers that are struggling currently in Major League Baseball. Devin Williams, 11.25 ERA. Griffin Jax, 8.18. Emmanuel Clase, 7.15. Raisel Iglesias, 6.3. Ryan Walker, 5.9. Edwin Diaz, 4.5. Devin Williams and Clase right now currently have lost the closer job to, in my opinion, right now, Cade Smith clears Emmanuel Clase. Right now, Luke Weaver clears Devin Williams. So let's go ahead and look at Baseball Savant and really see what is going on with Devin Williams, who, like I mentioned last year, barely really pitched. He pitched last season, how many innings? 21.2. He's pitched 8 innings this season. 8 innings, 21.2. The year before that, 58.8, 58.2, 60.2, 54, 27, 13.2. This guy is 30 years old, entering a contract season, and he just has to simply wake up. This was supposed to be the prized possession, obviously alongside Max Fried, which is supposed to be one. So that's the difference for a different day. The guy wanted the suite, he wanted this, he wanted the world, whatever. It is what it is. Steve Cohen, you got it. Steve Cohen, you got it, big bro. Look at Devin Williams right now. I mean, expected at ERA of 6.96, expected batting average of 289, below 40 percentile of 93.7, average exit velocity of 88.9, chase percentage of 27.2, whiff percentage of 24.1. When he's supposed to be a whiff merchant. The change up the air, but it's supposed to get nothing but whiffs. But this season, it's just not getting whiffs. 25% strikeout percentage at 18.2, walk percentage of 15.9%, which is just disgusting, even worse than it was in years previously, which he struggled with command previously as well. But Jesus Christ, barrel percentage of 10.7%, hard hit percentage. He's not really getting hit hard. 70%. That was not like dinks and dunks and like really just like soft exit velos. 10.7%, hard hit percentage of 35.7%, not really getting ground balls, which is at 35.7%, in the 24th percentile. Compare that to last season. Look how much better he was last year. Matt Blake, the world-renowned pitching coach. Are you only able to fix guys like Luke Weaver and Clay Holmes and Tim Hills and guys like that? Or are you actually able, if you actually even like try to touch Devin Williams' changeup, Matt Blake, there might be something wrong with you, because I don't want to just give the blame to Matt Blake, but again, like, look, let's just take a look. Not Luke Weaver, Devin Williams' changeup last season had an expected batting average of 138, and an actual batting average of 162. His changeup has an expected slug right now of 490. And it's 364, so he's actually getting lucky on the slug on that pitch currently. Last year, 216 and 161. On the cutter last year, which he barely threw like 3 times. On the cutter last season, in what? He threw it 6 times. Threw the cutter 6 times. Not really thrown the cutter this season. So maybe just, maybe add the cutter or something to that. I have no idea. He threw it 6 times. Nobody got a hit. Expected batting average of 219, slug of 0, expected slug of 219. The WOBA on this changeup currently is at 301, expected of 413. Last season, compared that to that, 161, 230. No, not 161. 238, 211. Exit velocity this season of 86.4. Last season was at 77.7. Launch angle of 13. Last year it was 0 on that changeup. Spin of 27.01. Last year it was 27.20. So that's down. Extension of 7.1 last year was, extension of 7.3 last year was 7.1. Whiff percentage of 48.8 this year, 22. Like, put away percentage, 12.9. Last year, 31 point. He's throwing the changeup out of the zone, and nobody is falling for it. Nobody is swinging at it. It's been brutal. It has been absolutely brutal. Last year, he gave up 1 homer in 22 innings. This year, again, he's not really giving up homers. He's giving up just like soft hits. Like, it's not really anything insane. I mean, this year he's given up already, 4 doubles? Last year he gave up 4 doubles in 22 innings. He's given up 4 doubles in 8 innings. Like, something is going on behind the scenes. Ground ball, career low. Air percentage, not ideal. Again, a career low amount of balls that are in the air. Pause. Fly ball percentage, that is currently the lowest of his career, which is interesting. Line drive percentage, which is currently the highest in his career. I really am trying to find out what PU means. Pop-ups, I'm guessing? Pop-ups, PU? I'm not gonna lie, I really don't know this one. But PU percentage, a career high. Pull percentage, a third most of his career. All batted ball, straight percentage, which is currently not really insane. Pull air percentage, 25%. Like, oh brother, what is that smell? He's only thrown the changeup and the 4-seamer 106 times for the changeup and 85 times for the 4-seamer. Is he just throwing the changeup more? Because he threw it 176 times in 21 innings. He's throwing it 106 in 8 innings. So on the 4-seam, 85. He threw it last year, 209. Like, Devin Williams, brother. I haven't officially given up on him 100%. I haven't given up on Devin Williams at 99.9%. I'm 1 inch away, pause, from giving up on him completely. But it's only April. This is the worst month of his career. Overall, he usually has the worst ERA of his career in April. So, Devin Williams, brother, can you please wake up right now? Luke Weaver is my closer again. Just to compare to Luke Weaver, who's just been an absolute dog compared to Devin Williams, who's been absolutely abysmal. Look at Luke Weaver's baseball savant compared to him. Expected ERA of 3.31, 78th percentile. Expected batting average of 200, which is just chef's kiss. Fastball velocity of 95.7 right now. Currently, oh no, that was last year. My fault. That was last year. Okay. Weave is still good this year though. Weave is still good. Expected ERA is actually better. 219, 92nd percentile. Expected batting average 160. Fastball velocity again could be better, 93.5. Average exit velo given up 90.2. Not really giving up hard hits. Chase percentage is getting chases, getting whips, he's getting Ks. 31.1% on the chase, 31.6% on the whiff, and 27.7% on the Ks. Now walks, that's where we get a little murky with Luke Weaver, 10.6%. Barrel percentage, 6.9. Hard hit percentage, 37.9. I love Weave, but he is at points, he'll fall victim to the homers, but all respect to Weave, he was a field reliever. I remember watching him on the Reds, the Cardinals, the Mariners. He was a field reliever, and what would he do every 5th day? He would serve up just straight up nukes. He would serve up homers. He just was not really good as a starting pitcher. And he turned into a reliever. And again, you see some of the, like John Kent, gave the homer against the Royals. He at points is susceptible to giving a homer, and that's why his barrel percentage and hard hit percentage really just aren't really perfect. I mean, they're 60th and 61st and 60th percentile, but still not ideal at 6.9 and 37.9. And ground ball percentage at 31%. Could be better, but it is Luke Weaver. He's still getting the job done. A lot of fly balls from what I remember this season. So in the 4-seam, the changeup, the slider, and the cutter. 4-seam this season. Expected batting average of 200. Just been amazing. Whip percentage of 24.5%. The changeup has just been chef's kiss. Batting average of .59. Expected batting average of 132. Whip percentage of 42.9%. Shout out to the Weave. Just an absolute dog. Fly ball percentage is right now the highest of his career at 37.9%. He's just been a dog. Ground ball percentage is probably the lowest of his career, but again, he's just throwing his best at you and just hit it where a glove is at. I guess Luke Weaver, that's what he's rocking with this season, which maybe is not the best for a glove. You want him more of a like strikeout, but he's still getting strikeouts, you know. 27.7%. Changeup's been gross. There was a four-seam change, slider, and cutter. Let me look at some of these pitches again. The changeup this season had expected batting average of 132. Slider, 0.25. He's only throwing it 15 times, and the cutter, which is really thrown as well, at 14 times. Doesn't really, it's not qualified yet. It's a spin of 24.56. Slider, 23.56. Changeup, 18.10, which is disgusting. Spin on these four-seam is 24.23. So Luke Weaver is my closer. He's a dog. Devin Williams, unfortunately, you are not my closer. But yeah, I think that's where we go ahead and end it off for today. Let's see what happens with Luke Weaver officially back as the Yankees closer. Again, maybe another one of the examples is don't go after and pay high-profile relievers, you know. Thank God. I mean, I wanted the Yankees to go ahead and, you know, trade for Devin Williams. I wanted them to instantly extend him, and that would have been, in hindsight, as we've seen so far in his first 10 games with the Yankees, would have been an abysmal decision, which is why, you know, people are like, you really don't want to pay somebody until you find out if they can handle New York. And Devin Williams so far has not been able to handle New York. But what about free agents? You know, Max Free's been able to handle New York through April so far. Some players that you have to sign as free agents, you don't really know, can they handle New York or they can't. Only thing you can look at is looking at their career games in Yankee Stadium, but that was as a visitor. Now they're, you know, this is their domain, so it is what it is at the end of the day. Luke Weaver, please save my life. Thank you for making the confident decision, Aaron Boone. But yeah, Brewers fans, I guess y'all were right, you know. Pete Alonso, Homer broke him. The year before that, didn't do good in the playoffs. I was trying to back him up. It was only a 2-game sample size. Now, I'm not backing him up, you know. Nestor Cortez got traded. Caleb Durbin got traded for him. Nestor Cortez needed he needed a new change. He needed something to go on, you know. Freddie Freeman got him. Pete Alonso got Devin Williams, you know, both trauma, traumatic places, traumatic things happened between them. They needed to change the scenery, you know. Just swap for swap. 5th inning, 2024 Yankees World Series. Yep. Y'all got it. Still not good. Clay Holmes has been dealing as the Mets. One of the Mets pitchers right now is like a sub 2.5 ERA, getting strikeouts. Keep seeing whispers tweeted out. Thank you, Max Manus. Yeah. Devin Williams is not my closer. Luke Weaver is my closer. Shout out to the Weave. Shout out to my boy, Weave Dog. But yeah, other than that, yo, that is the video. So go down below, drop a like, comment down below, sub up. Make sure to follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok. It's your boy John. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video, and I'm out, man. Peace.